3D grade control system boosts job site productivity and reduces labor costs with fewer passes and less wasted material, meaning more bids won and higher margins. No masts, no cables, just clear views of the job site. Visit your local Landmark implement today and discover the profit-boosting power of the Smart Grade and experience the Landmark difference.
Are you tired of the same old entertainment options? How about something that's truly fun for both kids and adults? Nebraska Knockerball, the new place to go for your private and corporate parties. Step inside one of their inflatable spears and let out stress in a healthy form of exercise. Or try the human foosball, foot darts, yard pong, giant beer pong, basketball Connect 4, and much more. Nebraska Knockerball, specializing in physical, engaging fun. Call Nebraska Knockerball today at 402-460-8724 to learn more or book a reservation now.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
This is area race announcer James Rowland. Join me and Bree Fansteel every Sunday night from 7 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket for The Finish Line, where we cover all things motorsports from local racing to racing around the world. Every Sunday night from 7 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Fall is the perfect time to work on outdoor projects. Whether you plan to install a fence or add shrubs to your landscape, don't risk an injury by hitting a buried power line. Always call 811 before you dig.
Early break. And then a week after retirement, he was flipping burgers in a what would you call that truck? A
food truck?
Food truck.
What kind of truck would that be with food in it? Words are hard. What is that? There's a truck. They show up. They show up at noon, and then they drive in, and it's a food. Oh, I can't put it together. I can't get this food truck.
Food truck.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
This school year's in full swing. Students are back in class learning, making new friends, and developing new interests. I'm Tim Royers, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Parents, communication is key to helping your child succeed. Talk with your child and with their teacher. Whether your student is a high school senior or navigating the new world of kindergarten, keep an open dialogue about what they're learning. Let's make this the best school year yet.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Chancellor Brewington.
Welcome in, Harrison Arms on the ones and twos. We got the host as always, Chancellor Brewington in here to my left. If you guys want to join in, 402-464-5685. Put a face to the voice using the streams, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X, Allo, Channel 961. No Royals tonight, so you get us on the brick and mortar as well. We got me and Chancellor. Plenty of things to talk about on recent news. Got a hell of a game going on with Boston College and preseason ranked top 10 Florida State. But Chancellor, the host as always, I'll throw it over to you.
Yes, sir. We got a good show. I mean, always a good show, but like now it's seasoned.
It
Things
feels
just,
good.
It just hits different.
Yeah, I
it
keep
just
saying
hits
it,
different.
but like the coffee's a little bit tastier.
It
The sun
did.
feels a little bit better. The breeze feels just perfect.
It did. I mean, I had a what was it? What's the coffee here at the mill? The main one, the Garnita, whatever it's called.
The Grenada.
Oh my God!
I think it's like
listen, y'all need to go get that. Y'all pull up to the mill and come through here. But yeah, today's show is gonna be awesome. We always start off with quarter century wisdom, and I know it's Husker season, but the wisdom is still needed. The one thing I would say, it's interesting. So I'm in an interesting stage in my life personally, and I'll be brief and I'll be quick. It's interesting. I'm learning. I'm being a student of life. Not only to what's around me, but just the people that I come across and the omens, the omens or the little telltale signs, the symbolization around me and what's being thrown and people have been investing in me, and I am so grateful and I have such gratitude, and that's the language that I'm learning to speak out of and learning to funnel my whole life out of, is the language of gratitude and understanding gratitude, being in a grateful state, starting my days off in a grateful state, ending my days off in a grateful state, no matter what happens. And I'm perfecting it, and I'm trying to get it, fine tune it consistently. And that's a beautiful Bentley out there. I've never seen a Bentley coupe up in person, white one. That looks fantastic. But like I was saying,
that's nice.
Yes, that's a nice Bentley coupe. Ooh. My goodness. Oh, street, y'all doing it big.
Sorry, I just missed it on the camera.
Y'all doing it big tonight. But that would be my number one thing. Just gratitude. Okay, now we got that out. Okay. Husker football. We gotta win. We gotta win. 40 to 7. Mm-hmm. We watched the game together.
Mm-hmm.
I selfishly wanted my score to be 41-13, yeah. But it was crazy. I'm not gonna wish for, obviously, UTEP to score a touchdown or 6 points, 2 field goals. But it was interesting. I reacted to it on my YouTube. You can go and find that. Just type in my name, or go to Twitter. It's been interesting to see the comments that people have surrounding this game and surrounding Dylan Raiola and surrounding all these things, right? The common theme is we need to see it again, right?
Yep.
Don't get too hype. It's UTEP. What's another one? The in-ear comms added a play in. He's cheating, like all these different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this. Execution. I talked about this earlier. Me and Mikey Daniel has a show at 1 to 2 p.m.
Every weekday, right?
Every weekday. Y'all got to tune in. But we were talking. It's awesome. We get to talk a little bit of high level football. Like he has the mind there. I got the mind. So it's a great opportunity. What's up, guys? But one thing I was saying is that just from a pure execution standpoint. So execution is simply just this, Harrison. If it's an inside zone play and we need to hit 3 yards, and for that to happen, everyone needs to line up. We need to get the play off, no penalties, all these different things. If there's a motion, get it in time, all these different, just that type of things, right? And if it's inside zone, we need 4 yards. That's executing, right? And execution from a quarterback standpoint is just if the read is the check down, hit the check down, right? If it's a running back and you got to pick up a blitz, pick up the blitz. If it's O-line, they call, you see a Sam pressure from the field, pick it up. And they did. Go watch my YouTube. Anyways, no, that's the type of things I wanted to see. And I saw it. So I'll first start off with quarterback play.
Yeah, you did a full breakdown of this today.
Yeah.
You did all his throws, right? For Dylan?
Most of them. Okay. I didn't get all the incompletions. But
some of he's just throwing it out of bounds right now.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And so when you go through the list, I think he went you can pull it up. We're about to get it in a second. But whatever he went, about 5 of them were throwaways.
Yeah, so he's 19 for 27, 238 yards, 2 touchdowns. The long was 59. It took 1 sack, enough to get him big freshman of the week.
You got it. You got it right there.
Mm-hmm.
So going into the game, and I talked about this last week. I'm pretty sure I talked about it here. was just efficiency. I just want to see an efficient game, like I talked about. I want to see his footwork. I was really curious about his footwork. That was one major thing. I want to see his footwork. I want to see his shoulder control. And what I mean by shoulder control, being able to hold defenses, hold windows open with his shoulders and with his mechanics and with his eyes and with his setup. He did that on the deep ball to Nair.
Yeah, he was staring down. He was looking at that offside field, waiting for that safety to start creeping over. And you can see it if you go watch the tape. As soon as that safety starts inching over, tutty. He saw it before pre-snap right away where he wanted to go.
Exactly, and that's execution, right? That the play, the read on that was Nair all day, right? Single high safety, he opens up to the field, Nair's in the boundary. That's what the play was, right?
Shout out for Nair for executing as well.
Exactly. So it's a revolving door of execution, right? And I thought, people aren't talking about the defense as much. I thought the defense played really sound. And Jay Foreman was talking about this earlier. I saw a clip. They tackled well. I thought as a whole, they tackled well. They ran to the ball. And obviously that's one thing Tony White preaches and talks about is just running to the ball. And I know they practice that hard. And I know that defense is dialed into that, but just to see them execute it, right, and against another opponent is awesome. Staying on the offense, let's go running backs. I had Mikey Daniel. He was talking about the running backs, and I thought he had an interesting perspective. He said, can you read off the carries?
Yeah, so we'll go through it right here. So, and this is in order of leading rushers. So, Emmett Johnson, he had 71 yards on 8 attempts. Dante Down on 8 attempts, 55 yards. Ramir Johnson got the most carries, 11 for 50 yards. Gabe Ervin, 6 for 24. Dante got the 1 touchdown. Gabe Ervin in that red zone got a couple of them. And then, of course, we got a few guys. I got him later in the game, but we won't go through all those because it's spread out. They did have Quentin Ives got 3 carries. Somewhat noticeable.
So we got 4 main guys. We got Emmett. We got Emmett. Emmett had a really good game. I thought he had a good game.
He's probably my RB1 at this point.
Got you. You got Dante Dowdale, little fumble, but we got it. And Mikey brought up a great point today at 1 p.m. He was talking about how this was probably the first game since high school that he played like a pivotal role. Like at Oregon, he's getting some filler minutes, late game stuff, the guy goes down, in their fourth quarter, whatever. But we talk about a guy who is dependent on this team. This is probably the first time in a college scenario that he's one of the guys, right? So right now is Emmett. You had Ramir. Ramir ran really good.
Yeah, Ramir Johnson. I said this before. My heart goes to him if I'm picking my running back, just because, man, he stuck it out. And it's good to see him be healthy and actually have some good development. That I know it's UTEP. We got to keep saying that. But it's good to see him. He looked good out there.
Agreed. I believe that Dallas, that's his nickname, so I'm going to call him that. But I believe Dallas is probably our best third down back. Mainly the willingness to pick up blitzes.
Yeah, he is a good in pass pro.
So when we talk about third down, there's 3 objectives. First, third down, obviously, is usually a pass down, right? So if you're not in the pass protection, you're going to be out for a pass, right? You're going to be in the flat. There's going to be a wheel route, whatever angle route. There's going to be some type of pass scheme that the running back is involved in. So you got to be able to catch the ball, right? The next thing with a third down back, you need to be able to pick up blitzes, right? If you're taking a shot, you got a max pro shot, or you're in a 6-man protection with the back end. Picking up a blitz is key. And then last, you need to be smart. You just need to be smart. There's third down is a pivotal down. And obviously our short yardage back is Gabe Ervin. And I'm excited with that. I think, if Mike said this too, if there was a fantasy league for college football, Gabe Ervin would be on there. Why? Because he's the Gus Edwards of his. You said it. You said it. Gus Edwards. That's the perfect fit for him, though. 225, 6'2", 6'1", 225, maybe even 230. Looks real good. Looks lean. Able to run downhill, and it opens things up for the offense. Opens things up for the playmakers, the receivers, and we look at the receivers. I'm super high on this group. I'm a little too high. Like, I need to take a lap and chill out because I'm so high on this group. Because
Ja'Cory Barney,
talk about it.
Man, that is one guy. I know we're excited about Banks, rightfully so. Nair, rightfully so. But Ja'Cory Barney, the freshman, he impressed me a lot. He is quick and shifty out there, and he had UTEP early on, he had people miss.
But
he's going to be impact.
Listen, they have Lloyd too, and they can use him the same way. Which I know they're working Lloyd. They call him Big Lloyd.
Big Lloyd.
Big Lloyd. We gonna call him Big Lloyd. So anytime you hear
Lloyd.
Big Lloyd, but they used him last year in the slot, right? And that was partially, I would say, in my personal opinion, Kemp had some issues, health wise. Like there was a scarcity at slot last year, right? But now you got depth. You got scary depth.
Enough to redshirt Malachi Coleman too. I mean, if we don't have to, we can keep him, and that's great because he can develop under great veterans.
I want to break down just the slot position.
Go for it.
Just the slot position. You got Janier Bonner, right? You got IGC, right? And you got Carter Nielsen, right? And I mean, in some scenarios, Lloyd will be in there. In some scenarios, what's his name?
Janarian Bonner.
No, Jakari.
Jakari, yeah.
Jakari, is that right? Okay, Jakari. Some instances that he will be in there, right? Having those guys, there's one pivotal moment in the game. I thought it was pivotal because I got to see it on film. One thing I was expecting this, and I wanted to see it. Obviously, the offensive coaches are smart at Nebraska, so they did this. They put Bonner in a condensed split, right? They had him. Dylan Rowland was rolling out. Bonner actually caught this ball, but he sealed a DN, right? He sealed a DN in pass pro. This is your slot receiver doing this, right? So as I see this as a football player, I'm like, oh snap! Guess what? This is going to open up. It's going to be a personnel matchup because guess what? You can go 10 personnel, meaning one running back, no tight ends. And what you can do is you can have Bonner sometimes, be in the slot, sometimes be attached to the hip in this tight end set, run the ball. You can, do 3x1 nub stuff, 3x1 flipped over receiver. I'm sorry if I'm getting a little lingo-ish, but you can do all these things and have Bonner at the slot, right? And obviously behind him, you got Carter Nelson. And this is why it's so key. Carter Nelson can do some of the same things that Bonner can do. Why? Because he's coming from that tight end position. Although, need to work on his hands.
Wide receiver this year, but he's developing into it.
And what I mean by working on hands, just hand placement in the actual box, like blocking wise. That will come. Keith Williams, I believe, is their tight end coach now, working, and he has a great history being an O lineman in the NFL, and I'm pretty sure he was all conference while he was here. Fantastic coach. I'm assuming. I know he's knowledgeable in the game. But having that background, having that depth at slot opens up the outside. Now you got Banks, you got Nair, and we didn't even talk about IGC.
Yeah, IGC. It was good to see him out there. I think he was our leading for punt return as well. Let's see here. Yeah, punt return. He took all three of them. Yeah, IGC for 25 yards. Average. The long was 13.
And I'm super happy. I'm super happy he's back there. First of all, I think it's going to add a consistency back there. We're not going to have the designated fair catcher as people have been raving about. I didn't realize punt returning was such a big thing. I put in my video, I said clap for IGC, like whatever, like we got punt return. People lost their mind.
It's huge.
What is that?
It's the fact that we get them every night with DeMornay Pearsonell. Like we see what that can do for a team.
What was the average that DeMornay had?
It was just shy of 10. If you can get to 10,
perfect.
You're playing with money.
Perfect. I want the viewers to understand this. And you had me guess what Devin Hester's was.
17.1.
It was 17, right? And so when you think about like a dominant punt returner in college football, we're sitting around that 9 to 10 range, right? I would love to see what Cooper DeJean did at Iowa. I'll
find out.
Yeah, we can look that up. But what he averaged, because it doesn't take. People think, oh, we need a 20-yard return. All you want to do, obviously, as a punt returner, what you want to do is bring the ball back to the offense. You got it for me, Harrison?
Yeah, Cooper DeJean, 11.5, that 10-yard Goldilocks zone.
That's what we need. So when you're watching the football games now, just look at the punt return situation. All you need is, I would honestly say 7 to 11 yards. We get that. You just have to think about that's a first down. That's a first down that the offense didn't need to get, right? Or didn't have to get because the returner advanced it a little bit more. All you're doing is setting your offense up a better situation. And that's what flows in this game. Coach Bill Bush always said this, is that the punt team is the most important team on the team, right? But also your punt returner is too. So he used to call up we used to call up team meals, right? So what would happen? The seniors would go and the punt team would go. Think about it.
So you had the punt team and the senior.
Punt team and senior. That's
Right.
how important it is.
Yeah.
And your punt returner, right? So that's the type of importance that it adds, because the main thing is you want to get the ball back to the offense and staying on the receivers. Let's go. I mean, Nair, one thing impressed me about Nair was his releases. And what I mean releases, when there's a press man-to-man where, a defensive back is in your cushion, pressed up on you, his ability to get off the line and create separation.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that a few times. I saw that early in the game on the first drive. Super clean releases. What I mean clean is nobody's really getting hands on him. And he's a bigger guy, around 220. I thought he was super efficient in his route running. Not a lot of wasted movements. That's what you want to see. You don't want to see people doing too much, especially the bigger bodies.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit for them to get going, of course. But once Banks and Nair get going, especially Nair, you saw a closing speed in him. And he had a couple opportunities early. Obviously, the diving one, I mean, people say, "Oh, that's a really hard ball right there." Was that Banks or Nair?
I do want to say that was Nair.
I think that was
double
Nair.
check, but you guys 402-464-5685.
Yeah,
you guys can correct
us out.
Uh-huh.
And obviously Banks, I'm super high on these receivers. I love to see it. I thought the one before half, that kind of showed his length, but just the consistency throughout the day, being in the right spot. One thing I saw was Dylan was anticipating a lot of throws, and everyone's probably like, "Whoa, shouldn't you anticipate throws?" Well, for you to anticipate throws, guess what you have to do? You have to rely and trust that your receivers are going to be in the right spot, and he was doing that. And that's why I feel as if with a quarterback like Dylan, I don't believe, and this is just my raw first look, I don't believe that it's necessarily going to be a thing where there's going to be a safety net receiver. I think they're building a system right now.
Well, the way the ball was spread out certainly feels that way.
Exactly. I think it's a thing where guys are expected to be in a spot. It's a lot like a kind of like an NFL system, I would say. Guys are expected to be in a spot. It's not really dependent on, you got your Trey Palmer out there. You got your Toure out there. You got your I forget what the Stanley Morgan out there where it's 3rd and 8, we got to go to him.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's 3rd and 8. We have a scheme, and that Dylan's going to go through the progression, and everyone's going to be in the right spot, and they're going to, that play's going to be executed by everyone doing their role,
Mm-hmm.
right?
You saw that when it was 2nd and 30.
Yeah, and that's how the big plays happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the big plays happen when you trust and expect guys to be in their spots. Staying on the receiver room. I'm trying to think of other faces we saw. We saw Alex Bullock in there. You think about him last year, he was our starting receiver.
Yeah.
Our most veteran guy when Marcus Washington went down, and Billy Kemp went down. Like you said, Coleman wasn't in there.
Yeah, they're gonna want to keep him, which I love that.
Right.
Because if you're high on Coleman, this might be the best thing where I do think it's important to have real veteran leaders that he can learn under, and Banks and Naor, those are two great guys to go ahead and learn under, and then he can continue to get better. I think it's a great move that if we don't have to, if everyone stays healthy, that he can go ahead and keep that.
No, for sure. And one person that people aren't I would say one of the leaders in that room that is helping this room flow is IGC Isaiah Garcia Castaneda. What I've been hearing is that the development that we're seeing in these young guys has come from the wisdom and the knowledge of the older guys and the guidance and the character development and just the standard that's been set in that room. Because they're gonna take a big load of this offense. Obviously the running backs will play a huge role. And one thing with the running back room, I'll touch on it one more time. We talked about, I think it was 6 carries, 9 carries, 11 carries, and 7 or 8 carries, right?
Yeah, but again, 11 was the high with Ramir, but it was 8, 11, 6.
Okay,
those
perfect.
top 4.
As we get in, Illinois is game 4, I believe.
Yeah, that's game 4.
That's first Big Ten play. What's going to happen is those numbers are going to slim down, right? And somebody's numbers are going to slim down, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's going to emerge in these next 2 games.
Yeah, well, we also got to keep in mind, most of these guys got a half of football. We're playing with these stats.
Exactly. So, but somebody's going to merge. We don't know who it is. And I would love to hear if someone's listening, if people listening. I would love for you to give your input on who you think is going to emerge in that running back room, whether it's Gabe, whether it's Emmett, whether it's Dante, or whether it's Ramir. I would love to hear who it is. My personal take, I think Dante is interesting.
I think he looked really good. It's just that fumble.
Yeah, I think Dante is interesting. I think Ramir just adds a different element. I think Ramir's the one that's going to be consistent no matter what. I don't think it's going to be a thing where we don't see much of Ramir. I think Ramir is going to have a consistent role, whether it gets elevated or whether it stays, about 9 to 10 carries a game. I think he's going to stay there because he's our best pass catcher in that room. And he's the most willing to not willing. I would say he's the most acclimated or trustworthy with picking up blitzes.
I was saying, if we run into fumble issues, I think we'll see Ramir.
Exactly. And I don't think we are.
Dante's the one, like you said, I think I'm not gonna hold him too hard. He did get pulled from that, but I'm sure that we're gonna see more of Dante. I don't think it's gonna be one of those things like last year where the turnover bug gets out of hand.
Right.
I'm not too panicked about it right now.
Yeah, I'm not either. And what's going to happen with this running back room, it's going to open up a lot of things, and it's going to allow Dylan to play more relaxed. Because imagine, you're first down, you hand the ball off, you're going to get 4 or 5. Oh my gosh, for a play caller, you know what that does? It allows, we call it being on schedule. So, first down, you want to get about 3 to 4 yards. Second down, you want to get 3 or 4 yards. So then it puts you at a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, you can call, a bunch of different plays at 3rd and 2.
Yeah.
It's different than 3rd and 8, right?
Yeah, 3rd and 10, the play action, you're not going to move much.
Exactly. And it opens things up for Dylan because now, it's 2nd and 5. You can maybe take a shot. Especially in between the 40s. And that's what happened on the that is what happened on the Nair bomb. It was 2nd and 10 in between the 40s. And it's consistent through college football that people are going to take shots in between the 40s. It's just the execution of them. And the shots that we took, every one of them was online. It wasn't, and it wasn't a thing where I would say the shot that had the worst protection was that Nair bomb.
Yeah,
and
that's the only one
he
I
stepped
think really
into
got
it.
hit in the face.
He stepped into it and made that throw. But yeah, how much time we got?
We're actually over right now by a minute. So
okay, go ahead. On the next segment, I want to talk a little bit more Raiola, just talking about like what he did good, what I saw, and a little bit, just more so Raiola and what I saw.
All right, don't go anywhere. We'll keep it rolling. What's Brewing Chancellor Brewington?
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Picture this. You're in the doghouse and flowers just won't cut it this time. Enter jewelry, the ultimate peace offering. It's a gesture that speaks volumes, showing her you're willing to go the extra mile to make things right. So next time you're in the doghouse, remember, diamonds are a guy's best friend too. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT, from cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Second segment, What's Brewing? Chance Brewington, the former Husker tight end himself, to my left. Plenty of things yet to talk about. It is Colorado week. Chance Brewington, I'll throw it over to you.
Yeah, so we were just discussing the offense, and I kind of left the last bit of it to talk about Dylan Raiola and talk about the things he adds to this offense. Obviously, being the quarterback, the most important piece of the offense, and not only the offense, the team. He's the most important part of the team.
Yeah, he's got to be a leader.
He's the most important part. And with him being the most important part, there's things he has to do. There's things he has to play at a high percentage. When I was back playing at Nebraska, Sean Beckton, our tight end coach, phenomenal tight end coach. I'm sure that coming up here soon, he'll be I know he's an analyst at UCF, but back to the story. Anyways, he used to always say that to win in Big Ten football specifically, Big Ten SEC, the quarterback needs to play at an execution rate of about like 80, 85 to 95%, right? I mean, or 80 to 90%.
Because the defense is in the Big Ten, or what's the mindset behind that?
The margin for error is so small.
Okay.
And it's not only so small, it's a game. Obviously people can run the football effectively, right? So you're not going to get as many chances, right? So when now bring that perspective. So now when you watch I'm trying to inform y'all and teach y'all. When you watch the games, watch it as, okay, how efficient, what percentage is this offense executing at, right? And specifically Dylan. And execution doesn't always mean 17 for 30 or 25 or 28, right? Execution simply can mean the play was 3-by-1 stick, right? And cover 2, we're gonna wherever this Mike Backer turns, right? Wherever this Mike Backer squeezes to, we're gonna hit this opposite window, right? And if he does that, that's execution, right? Now, if he doesn't hit it, right, but he checks it down to the back and the back gets 10, right? He didn't execute the play, right? So it's not necessarily a thing where, or a simple or better explanation. There was a point in time where there was an RPO call. There was a slant to Nair, right, or a little glance to Nair, quick little slant to Nair, and the box was super heavy, right? If he would have handed the ball off instead of throwing it, maybe it was a 2 or 3 yard gain, right? But because he executed, right, did what he was coached to do. Obviously the headset comms probably played a role in it, right? But he still had to execute it and do it. But able to throw that slant and execute the play, that's what I'm talking about. So moving forward, definitely look out for that. And it would be kind of hard to know if he's executing if you don't know the offense and the plays.
Right. And against UTEP too, why it's important is like you probably can get away with not executing,
right,
and still get a lot of positive yardage. Come Colorado, come Illinois especially. I think that Illinois defense is going to be stingy. Yeah, if you don't execute, make the right play, like those defenses are going to be too good.
Yeah,
they'll stuff you.
They're going to be good. They're going to be good. I'm curious to see this offense and how. One person we didn't talk about, Carter Nelson.
Yeah, the wide receiver, 3 targets, 3 receptions. He looked good.
Listen, 6'5", 230, running like a deer and moving like a real slot.
I'll tell you what, man. Maybe we need to look at more guys playing 8-man football. He looked
no, we
fluid.
don't. We don't.
Hey, I'm going back to Ainsworth. Do some more scouting.
Yeah, someone was saying he's from Ainsworth. I said I never heard of Ainsworth, but one thing I like to see is an agile guy, a guy that makes things happen. Make sure you put that ball away, Carter. Anyways, no, but I love to see it getting loose like that. That adds some depth, and it's interesting. I can't remember the last time I seen a 6'5", 230 slot. So they've
been small in Nebraska's past. We talked about with Justin Adams.
Right.
A lot of our slots have been smaller,
and he's not going to be a slot when he's a junior or senior. That he's not going to be that. But just to be able to have these type of guys and be able to create these packages and be super exciting. What's happening right now is interesting. I just thought about this right now. The 3-3-5, right? On average, I would love to see like a Big Ten game, what they did last year, but it would probably, I'm guessing it was about 23 guys that played in a game, right? So what I'm trying to say is that, exactly what I just said, 23 guys played in a game when there's 11 guys on the field, right? So you had your second D come in and fill in reps. They rotate D-line, they rotate linebackers, they rotate DBs, they rotate all the guys. What's happening on offense is the same thing is happening. A lot of people are rotating. A lot of people are getting reps. Obviously UTEP, we're winning by a ton, so a lot of people got in. But I believe that moving forward, I think a lot of people are going to see the field on offense. I think Ja'Cory Barney. I'm going to get it right. I'm sorry, Ja'Cory. Big Lloyd, Banks, Nair, IGC, Carter Nelson, Bonner, Fedoni, Borkacher, Lindemeyer, Gabe, Ramir, Dante, Emmett, Dylan. We're going to see a bunch of guys in this offense. So make sure you get your depth chart out or your roster so you can learn these guys' names and the fullback. I can't forget that fullback.
Oh yeah, people are gonna kill us.
Yeah, whoever has the fullback's name, please drop it in. It's a long name. I just don't know it. I'm sorry, but I love the fullbacks. That's why I'm staying on it until we get it. Can someone please chime in with the fullback's name for Nebraska? Because he plays a huge role on his offense, and I'm gonna keep stalling until we get this fullback's name. Can someone please text it in or something?
Still got nothing out
Oh my
here.
gosh.
I'm pulling up. Give me a second here.
What's
Make
his
sure this
last
is-
name?
They just got the running backs. You're killing me.
Oh my
They
goodness.
don't even have.
Okay.
They don't even
Well,
list them.
yeah, I mean,
let me get the Nebraska football depth chart, not from our lads.
Anyways,
what was your next point?
I'll keep going. It's just we're seeing a mirrored concept with mirrored philosophy on offense and defense, creating a system. So they're creating a system on defense. They're creating a system on offense. And what's happening is they're plugging in players into the system. It's not focused on one person. It's not focused on just Banks and Nick.
We're gonna give it to him. Barrett Labentritt. I'm saying that last name correctly. Last name trips me up.
Okay.
But Barrett.
Okay.
We can give him his first name for sure.
Okay, for sure. I just need to throw his name out there and give him his props. But what I'm trying to say is the philosophy of adding all these guys and creating a culture and a system to where it's not about just one guy. It's not about just one corner or one DB or one receiver.
Shout out Grant. It says how quickly we forget. We just begged for a guy to actually catch it for years.
I'm sorry, but that's what's happening, and it's exciting to see. I can't wait to see the development of the offense because we didn't really see much. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, we didn't really see much. We didn't see Fedoni get involved. We didn't see Borkshire get involved. We didn't really see Bonner like go downfield and make plays. We didn't see we saw shots, but they were pretty standard shots. It wasn't like these cool concepts where you got to post. I don't think we saw empty formation with Dylan. I don't believe we saw empty formation.
No, Satterfield loves getting the tight ends in there.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I didn't see an empty situation, which maybe we won't see one. Maybe we will. I don't believe I saw like a true 10 personnel situation. I didn't see a true 12 personnel pass situation. So there's going to be a lot of different little wrinkles that come in the near future, especially with the Colorado. I think this is the game where you throw some things out there.
I was going to ask you. I mean, defense and offensively, it looks pretty stock.
Right.
Like I didn't see anything crazy going on. Why would you give away the playbook?
Yeah, and you don't really need to against UTEP. The guys probably know what's coming because what happens in install is you have a base install. So let's say, you got inside zone, you got, whatever pass concept. Moving forward, now it's this copycat game. And you copycat within the identity of your offense. So let's say, North Dakota State hit Colorado for some three vertical concept, right? So what Nebraska can do, what most teams do, especially in the Big Ten, is they look at their offense and say, how can we get to this play, right? Without just lining up in it, right? Can we shift to it, motion to it? Can we line up in a different formation? Can we get our guys to the same spots that beat Colorado or the team we're playing, right? And so that's kind of how you formulate a game plan. And as you formulate this game plan, like things just kind of start to evolve. And now your playbook gets like, a page gets added in each week or each day or, some programs do it differently, but I believe it's pretty standard that you go and watch the film, you see what North Dakota State did well.
Mhm.
First, you see their explosives. That's what you do. You see any play that hit above about 15, 16 yards, right? That's an explosive play. So you see, okay, this explosive play, they ran inside zone. Okay, what inside zone do we have like this that hit? Okay, why did this hit? Okay, they're undisciplined in their, their contain or their edge control, or they're undisciplined in their run fits, or they're undisciplined in lining up to unbalance, which they are. Hey, listen. If y'all need some tips, just watch my YouTube channel. My goodness. I hope some of the coaches watch my YouTube channel. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm curious. I mean, when it comes to Colorado, what do you think? Obviously I'm not saying rush 4 every time, no matter what, but you drop more back into coverage. Do you feel confident if we just bring 4 to kind of deal with the playmakers? And is it Horn or Thorn?
Thorn. Jimmy Horn.
Horn. And thank
Jimmy
you.
Horn.
Because he's another phenomenal wide receiver. Obviously, we know Travis Hunter. What do you think defensively Tony White tries to dial up to kind of deal with that? Because NDSU showed that they're not very good at running the ball. I mean, they gave NDSU 90 seconds.
Right.
They could have just aired the clock out. I heard Nick Saban talking about this, but their just inability to run the ball gives the other team more chances. So what do you think Tony White tries to dial up?
Well, I think you obviously look at last year. You look at last year, the defense hasn't changed, but it has changed.
Yeah.
Right. The identity, they know who they are. I was just watching a video. No, I'm not going to do that. I'll teach y'all a little bit. I was just watching a video and it was talking about identity. And if you don't know who you are, the added information that gets added on top of that can become super chaotic and negative, right? So now that the defense knows who they are, they know they're top 15 defense. They know they're a top 3 defense in the Big Ten. They know these things, right? This is point blank. They can write it on paper and believe it. They see it in their mind's eye, all these good things, right? So now when you watch the Colorado game from last year, you're like, ooh, we don't even give stuff up like this anymore. We patched this right after. We fixed this, you know what I'm saying? So you don't see you see yourself, but you don't see yourself. You see your new self, right? So the identity of this whole defense is completely different now. So one thing they need to get home with is I think one, and we'll talk about this on the flip side. One person that is going to have a really, really crucial component in this defense coming up because of the pass game and how they utilize the slot and all these different ways they get to things and the empty formations that they get to. I think Malcolm Hartzog is going to have they're going to go at him. You know what I'm saying? They're going to. And I think if there's one thing I know about MC, he going to be ready. He going to be ready. My boy, and I believe that he going to have a game. And Tommy Hill versus Travis Hunter.
That's going to be a fun one to watch. I think that's one of the big storylines heading into this thing.
Come on.
Tommy Hill. I mean, he's projected to go drafted too.
And Marquise. Marquise against Tommy Hill. And one thing about them boys, Tommy Hill about 200 pounds now. And Marquise might be, 5'10", maybe, you know what I'm saying? 5'11", but he played like he's 6'10".
It's going to be, because, I mean, we saw with Travis Hunter, he's a physical wide receiver.
Right.
So what does that look like when you get a physical in Tommy Hill as well? I mean, I think it's going to be way more physical on the edges than even last year. I mean, obviously.
It's going to be, this is the thing though. Last year, this defense didn't know who they was. They knew it, right? They knew it. Yeah, we're a good defense, but we're just not seeing them, really manifest into the play, right? They know they're a good defense, all this different stuff. So as the year goes on, imagine, week 10 or week 9, they go and play Colorado. It's a completely different game, no matter where the offense is, right? You look at last year's game, if everything scores right, it's 14-14, right? They just run away with it with all the fumbles and put the defense in bad situations, right? And the points that came off of those turnovers. But you look at his defense, like, hold on. This is a completely different defense. It's completely different. Run, pass, everything. And so I will be excited. Like, this is what I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see a confident defense go in there. And I don't care if it's Shador. I don't care if it's your mama in there. You know what I'm saying? That quarterback. They don't care who it is. They is who they is. They is who it is because they discovered who they are. And they going to keep setting that standard. So, it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really curious to see if those guys can get pressure. You saw that with NDSU at times. I like to think our defensive front's going to be pretty solid on trying to rush the door. But, I mean, we know him. He's mobile, too. He's pretty good at scrambling out of the pocket. So, don't go anywhere. We'll keep it rolling. One more segment. What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington.
Attention! For a limited time, Acres is offering 1.9% for 60 months on remaining 22 and 23 John Deere combines. This extraordinary low interest rate, along with Acres' discounted pricing, allows you to upgrade your equipment before harvest and lock in incredible savings. And with Acres' A-plus support package included, you'll be up and running throughout the harvest season. Act now. This special rate won't last long. Visit acres.com for details. That's AKRS.com.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
Hog Wild will be open this Labor Day, serving up our award-winning barbecue. Stop by and pick up some of our slow smoked ribs or a family pack that comes loaded with your choice of meat, sides, buns, and sauce. Take a break from the hot grill and let Hog Wild do the cooking. Order online at gohogwild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway, Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, final segment. What's Brewing, Chancellor Brewington? Not a ton of time left, so I'll throw it right over to the host.
Yeah, so I put out a tweet. It might be controversial. I don't know.
Mahomes for president or 15 for president?
I did. I mean, yeah, I was low-key joking. I was definitely joking.
I'd imagine.
I don't know his.
I don't think you're actually.
I don't know his policies with foreign affairs and all that. I don't know that. But anyways, I was talking about. Oh, this is why I said Saturday. If Nebraska executes the way they did against UTEP, and Colorado executes the way they did against North Dakota State, I think Nebraska runs away with it with 2 scores. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm checking out and wonder what the spread even is. I know Nebraska was favored.
I heard Mikey told me it was -7. I looked at him like he was drunk when he said it. So
you think it should be more?
I thought Nebraska was favored.
Yeah, we are favored, I want to say.
Okay. He said it was -7. So I was like, what the heck?
Let's double check here. Trying to find one
What's
more.
the spread?
This one's 54 minutes ago, 6.5. Nebraska is favored.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, negative
And-
6.5.
Yeah, I think that's expected. I mean, what else?
The highest you'll see is 7.5. Nebraska's favored in all of these.
Now let me ask you this: we played North Dakota State week 1. How do you think that turns out?
I think it's a closer game, but I think we pull away more than Colorado. Just for simply.
But how closer?
What was the final score? They win by, it was close, like what,
31-28 or whatever.
31-28. Yeah, I think it's a 2-score game.
2-score.
Yeah, I think we beat them by, I guess you could probably throw out there 10 or 14. I think we cover that spread. NDSU, they're good. That's a really tough test week.
Let me ask you this: if UTEP and NDSU play, who do you think wins?
NDSU.
By how much?
I'll give them 14. I'll give them spread 14.
Okay, I don't think so. I think it's a closer game.
Okay.
I think it's kind of the same game as Colorado.
Yeah, I mean it's tough because NDSU. I mean they've, especially if they're playing against UTEP. I mean they're just going to eat clock, so the score is not going to get crazy.
Exactly. I think it's the only thing I'm trying to get at is if we play NDSU, I think it would be around the same score as UTEP. That's what I'm trying to get at. I don't think I mean, yeah, you might score, a good quarterback, they might get a couple scores, but I still think you're putting 40 on them boys.
Well, I think we're able to stop the run, and that would shut down NDSU. So actually, if I had to go back, we probably do cover a lot better, just simply for the fact that the thing they want to do, Colorado's terrible at stopping, and we excel.
Right. And so I just want people, and I really don't care about CU fans. I just want the Nebraska fans to have a different perspective, just change your perspective and just see things just like from an analytical side. And then you can watch the film, right? Because if you analytically look at it like, okay, well, if we play NDSU, we're probably, winning by at least 21 points. I think the 21-point spread would be realistic.
I think that's probably what it'd be.
Yeah, around a 2.5, 3-score game.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you put, Colorado against UTEP. They're probably scoring a lot of points. I ain't gonna lie. They probably are.
They don't have any chance of stopping.
They probably are. So what we're seeing, the weakness of Colorado is obviously their defense, and the weakness of Nebraska hasn't really been identified.
As a question mark, if you're Colorado, where is the weakness?
Exactly. You got to identify that if you're Colorado. One thing I know about Nebraska is we have a sound defense and we're creating identity on offense. So if you allow the offense to get hot, you gotta take away something if you're Colorado. It's either we're gonna throw the ball, we're gonna, score 40 points, or we're gonna take the offense away. We're gonna take 15 away. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting to see their game plan moving forward. And we'll talk about that. We might even get on the film on here and talk through some things too.
Yeah, that'd be fun. We can start dialing that up as we creep closer to it.
Exactly.
We can have we'll pick some nights where we're streaming only, so that way everybody's listening, watch the streams, they can watch along with us as you break that stuff down. So Chancellor, any final thoughts as we wrap up the first day where Husker is 1-0?
Man, 1-0, still got a lot of improvement, but during the weekdays, if you're available 1 to 2 p.m., me and Coach Micah Daniels chopping it up on the locker room. Appreciate y'all watching.
Absolutely. Don't go anywhere. Well, actually, you can. We'll have some replay set up for you guys. But as for live shows, this is going to wrap it up for us. Appreciate it listening. We'll do it again tomorrow.